Welcome to our channel. What's something people don't know about Winston Churchill's early life? Section 1. A young lion roars. Churchill's early life. Winston Churchill. A name synonymous with courage and defiance. Born in 1874, his early life was marked by both privilege and hardship. His father, Lord Randolph Churchill, was a prominent politician. His mother, Jenny Jerome, was an American socialite. Churchill's education was typical of his class. He attended Harrow School, a prestigious boarding school. He then went on to the Royal Military College, Sandhurst. His military career took him to Cuba, India and South Africa. He served as a soldier and a war correspondent. These experiences honed his skills. They shaped his worldview. He witnessed firsthand the horrors of war. He also saw the importance of leadership. In 1900, Churchill entered politics. He was elected to Parliament at the age of 26. His rise was meteoric. He was ambitious, determined, and a gifted orator. He possessed a rare ability to inspire and persuade. The young lion was ready to roar. S1, I craved adventure. I yearned for action. Section 2. The gathering storm pre-war years and the rise of Hitler. The years leading up to World War II were a time of great turmoil. In Germany, a dangerous ideology was taking hold. Adolf Hitler and his Nazi party were gaining power. They preached hatred and division. They threatened the peace of Europe.
Churchill recognized the danger. He saw the darkness gathering on the horizon. He warned his colleagues of the Nazi threat, but his warnings fell on deaf ears. Many dismissed him as a warmonger. They clung to the hope of appeasement.
Churchill refused to be silenced. He spoke out against the Nazis at every opportunity. He condemned their aggression. He denounced their brutality. His voice was a lone cry in the wilderness. But he would not be deterred. He knew the stakes were too high. The fate of the world hung in the balance. Section 3. We shall fight on the beaches. Churchill's wartime leadership. 1939. War erupted in Europe. Germany invaded Poland. Britain declared war. A dark cloud descended upon the world. In this hour of crisis, Britain turned to Winston Churchill. He became Prime Minister on May 10th.
His message to the nation was one of defiance and determination. "We shall fight on the beaches," he declared. "We shall fight on the landing grounds. We shall fight in the fields and in the streets. We shall fight in the hills. We shall never surrender."
His words resonated throughout Britain. They galvanized the nation. They gave hope in a time of despair. Churchill was a tireless leader. He worked tirelessly to rally the British people. He forged a close alliance with the United States. He inspired resistance movements across occupied Europe. His speeches were legendary. They stirred the soul. They strengthened the resolve. He was the embodiment of British courage and defiance. Section 4. The Bulldogs' bite key decisions and their impact. Churchill's wartime leadership was not without its controversies. He made tough decisions. Some were unpopular, but he always acted in what he believed to be Britain's best interests.
One such decision was the evacuation of Dunkirk. In 1940, the British Army was trapped on the beaches of France. Churchill ordered a massive evacuation effort. Over 300,000 Allied troops were rescued. It was a remarkable feat of logistics and courage, but it came at a heavy cost.
Another crucial decision was Churchill's refusal to negotiate with Hitler. He believed that appeasement had only emboldened the Nazi dictator. He was determined to fight on until victory was achieved. His resolve never wavered. Section 5. A flawed genius, Churchill's complex personality. Winston Churchill was a complex and contradictory figure. He was a man of great strengths and equally profound flaws.
He was brilliant and witty, but also stubborn and irascible.
He was a visionary leader.
Yet he could also be a ruthless pragmatist.
Churchill was known for his quick temper and his sharp tongue. He was a demanding leader, expecting nothing but the best from those who served under him.
But he was also a loyal friend and a devoted husband.
Despite his flaws, Churchill was a man of immense courage and determination. He never gave up on his beliefs, never backed down from a challenge.
He was a true original, a one-of-a-kind leader. The world had never seen anyone quite like him, and it likely never will again.
Section 6. The Iron Curtain Falls, Post-War Years and Churchill's Legacy. The war in Europe ended in 1945. Victory was achieved, but the world was forever changed. Millions lay dead, Europe was in ruins. A new enemy emerged, the Soviet Union.
Churchill was voted out of office in 1945. The British people were ready for a change, but he remained a respected figure on the world stage.
In 1951, he was re-elected Prime Minister. He served until 1955.
During his second term, Churchill warned of the growing threat of Soviet communism. He famously coined the phrase Iron Curtain to describe the division between East and West.
He also championed the creation of NATO, a military alliance designed to contain Soviet expansion.
Section 7. A legacy etched in stone. Churchill's enduring impact. Winston Churchill died in 1965 at the age of 90. He lived a long and eventful life. He left behind a legacy that continues to inspire and intrigue. He is remembered as one of the greatest wartime leaders of the 20th century. Churchill's speeches are still studied and admired today. His writings are considered classics of English literature. His life has been the subject of countless books, films, and documentaries. His courage and determination during World War II helped to save Britain from defeat. His leadership inspired millions around the world. He was a complex and flawed figure, but he was also a man of great courage, conviction, and wit. He left an indelible mark on history.
Section 8. The Bulldog's Roar Echoes. Churchill's influence can still be felt today. His leadership style continues to be studied and emulated by politicians, CEOs, and military commanders around the world. His ability to inspire and motivate others is a timeless quality. In an age of uncertainty and change, Churchill's example is more relevant than ever. His courage, his determination, and his belief in the power of words serve as a beacon to us all. Churchill's legacy is not without its critics. Some argue that he was a product of his time, a man who held views that are no longer acceptable today. But even his detractors cannot deny his impact on the course of history.
Section 9. Churchill in film and television. Depictions on screen. Churchill's life and legacy have been the subject of numerous films and television shows. Actors such as Richard Burton, Gary Oldman, and John Lithgow have all portrayed the iconic leader on screen. These depictions have helped to keep Churchill's memory alive for new generations. They have also sparked debate and discussion about his life and legacy. From historical dramas to documentaries, Churchill's story continues to fascinate and inspire audiences worldwide. His booming voice and his defiant spirit continue to resonate across the decades.
Section 10. A final toast. Remembering Winston Churchill. Winston Churchill was a giant of the 20th century, a man who left an indelible mark on history. He was a complex and contradictory figure, but he was also a man of great courage, conviction, and wit. He led Britain through its darkest hour. He inspired millions around the world. His legacy continues to shape our world today. Let us remember him with gratitude and admiration. As we face the challenges of the 21st century, let us draw inspiration from Churchill's example. Let us be courageous in the face of adversity. Let us be resolute in our defense of freedom, and let us never ever give up. Please like and subscribe to our channel for more insightful videos on historical figures like Winston Churchill.